everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for sticking with me while I was on my little month-long break. July had me going through it just like you guys, but we are back. We're going to be going through each sign and talking about the month of August. So I'm really glad for August. You know, we have a lot of forward momentum. We have Mercury finally going forward. We have Jupiter stationing to go direct as well. We don't have any eclipses, so July is going to be, or August is going to be a much better month. And then, you know, obviously towards the end of the month, we have a lot of very productive energy too. So we can take all these new exciting ideas and new creative projects that we start, all these different things, and we can start really getting serious about them. So, by the way, if you are new to the channel, thank you so much for checking it out. I hope you enjoy it. If you do like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below, let me know what resonates with you. And if it does resonate with you, please subscribe so you can keep an eye on all the other videos that I'll be posting. So yes, with that, if you want to see more about your sign and what's going on for you, don't forget to check out your sun, moon, and ascendant. Most importantly, your ascendant sign is typically going to be the most accurate, and then sun and moon, it really depends on, you know, your individual energy and what usually resonates with you. So just check all three, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. So yes, anyway, with that, if you want to see more about what's happening for you, then please keep on watching. What's going on, Libra? Welcome to August. I have a lot of Libras in my life too. Geminis, Libras, and Virgos. So yeah, you guys, we had this, the new moon in your 11th house in Leo. Now this was bringing a new opportunity as far as like your long-term goals, but also like friends, social networks, the internet, social media. So this could have been some sort of opportunity that came to you in one of those areas of your life. Now this was making a square to Uranus and Taurus in your 8th house. You know, and the 8th house is all about the things that we get from other people. So this is shared resources. This is loans, debt, taxes, inheritances. But it's also like the skeletons in your closet. Okay, it's like the things that you purposely hide away from the world. So your secrets, your deep-seated issues and traumas and stuff that you don't want to look at, you don't want anybody else to see. And you know, Uranus is shocking and surprising and kind of crazy and wild, right? So any kind of new opportunity that came up did probably, it might have really brought up some kind of deep-seated issues that you might have. And it's kind of like you have to, maybe you were kind of putting yourself on the internet, you had the opportunity to do that, and it really brought up some kind of just a, you know, fear of rejection, or you know what I'm saying, like any kind of thing like that. So or it really put you out of your comfort zone because of that kind of thing. So but the good thing is this new moon was also making a trine to Jupiter and Sagittarius in, sorry, I had to think, Jupiter and Sagittarius in your 3rd house. And 3rd house is all about communications, the way that you think. It's also like marketing, advertising, administrative stuff. So there's also short distance travel. So whatever kind of new beginning that you started in the 11th house area of your life, you there was definitely a blessing in there for you. So this could have definitely started a new like marketing campaign for something for your business, or this could have been you know, you really being noticed by large amounts of people. Okay, but it's probably making you feel a little bit uncomfortable. So you just kind of have to work through that, and this, you know, Jupiter is going to be really kind of softening that. Now, I really think that this was the beginning of more than just a typical lunar cycle, because we had at the same time Mercury did station to go direct in your 10th house of career. So any kind of career issues that you were having, now I know this is a big focus for you right now because we've had all these eclipses and stuff in the 10th house. You know, so to me, having Mercury moving forward at the same time as this new moon was very symbolic of, okay, you know, you wanted to move forward with some kind of thing, particularly probably a career thing. And Mercury moving backwards, especially over an eclipse point that we already had of that lunar eclipse in Capricorn, the 24 degrees, you know, this was Mercury really getting the facts right, getting your ducks in order, you know, getting everything ready, really releasing and clearing all this other shit that you don't need, so that way you can move forward, okay? And so to me, basically this new moon was like the green light, okay? Mercury is moving forward. We have a new moon, which means a new pocket of opportunity, you know, planting the seeds of whatever you're trying to move forward with. So it really was kind of like the green light. So that's you should be able to really kind of move forward with your goals now, because 11th house is goals. So any kind of things that the eclipses brought up, if they brought up anything for you. So if you have your sun, moon, and rising at the, well, shit, pretty much between the beginning few degrees and the end few, or the middle few degrees, or even the end. You know, to be honest, this pretty much affected all Libras, I'm not even gonna lie. I was trying to think, like, kind of segregate people by the degree. But, you know, if this brought up any kind of career stuff for you, things should start to kind of, I wouldn't say resolve themselves, but you're gonna really start to see some resolutions, okay? So you'll be able to find the solutions, or, you know, be able to move forward a little bit more clearly. So the next date that we have to look forward to is the 11th of August. Now there's a few things happening on this day. First of which is we have Jupiter stationing to move direct in your 3rd house. Now Jupiter is all about luck and abundance and expansion. It's also, you know, higher wisdom and higher knowledge, and your beliefs about God and the universe and all these things, okay? Now this is in your 3rd house of your daily communications with people, right? Your networking, your like your just your daily tasks, okay? The people that you interact with on a daily basis, the things that you do on a daily basis, okay? But it's also, like I said, marketing, advertising, any kind of like business transactions, all that kind of stuff, okay? So any kind of delays that you were having in that area, if you were kind of coming against some blocks, or you were having a hard time kind of figuring shit out in this area, it's definitely going to start moving forward. And Jupiter will be able to start expanding that area of your life again. Especially on that day, because when planets do something, okay, so when they station retrograde or when they station direct, that's the day that everything's kind of the most potent. Also on that day, we have Uranus stationing retrograde in the sign of Taurus in your 8th house, okay? So you have been really kind of cooking up this little bit of a rebellion, or like a revolution going on in regards to your debt, your partner's resources, working through like traumas from whether it's like your childhood or your past lives, any kind of stuff that well, not past lives, that's more 12th house. But you know, this is also intimacy and sex and things like that. So all these kind of things are really kind of under construction, I guess. And this area of your life after this transit will never be the same. You know, it definitely is a slow process. It's more of an internal process, as is normal with the outer planets. But I promise you, this area of your life will never be the same. So when a planet goes retrograde, it's even more internalized, okay? So it's like you're going through the mental, emotional, psychological processes for this little revolution to take place, okay? So also on that day, we have Mercury moving from Cancer in your 10th house into Leo into your 11th house, okay? So your mental outlook is kind of shifting to your long range goals, and really kind of your friends, your social networks. It's a little bit more of a fun place to be, okay? So when Mercury was retrograding through this point before, if you were having any issues in this area, so if you were having any kind of like social media problems, if you were having any issues with your friends, any problems with documentation or paperwork or anything in relation to those kind of things, those issues you should find the solutions to them at this point, or those areas of your life are going to go a lot smoother now. So the next date we have is the 15th of August, which is the full moon in Aquarius, and that is going to be in your 5th house. So, you know, this full moons are like a completion point. They're like the harvest time where you can see really the fruits of your labor, okay? And like I said, the completion point. So something might end in order for something new to start, okay? And it doesn't have to be this big life-changing thing, okay? Typically, unless there's like some other big aspects or something big going on, full moons and new moons aren't usually like I said, unless it's like on an important point in your chart, or if it's like with a planet, usually it's not anything really huge, okay? Because these happen all the time. So, but you know, this could be the end of a creative project. You might really start to, maybe you've been like, because the 5th house is also like entrepreneurial. God damn, I always have a hard time saying the word entrepreneurialism. So this is, you know, maybe you've been really kind of cooking up your business, right? You've been like redoing your business, or maybe you've been creating a product and now you're ready to sell it, or maybe your products really start selling, or you know, maybe you decide that some kind of a hobby that you've had, you decide to, because it's Aquarius, you might decide to sell it on the internet, right? So any kind of thing like that. This also could be some kind of a development in your child's life. Maybe they see there's like a completion point with something that they've been doing. This could be the completion point or the culmination point, or some sort of something with in regards to your dating life. So this isn't long-term boyfriend girlfriend situation or your marriage partner. This is more of like your dating life, okay? So just your casual fun time. So maybe you're like, okay, I'm done. I really don't want to do this casual dating thing anymore. I really want to find a serious relationship. Or maybe a casual dating, somebody you've been seeing kind of casually turns into something more than that. It could play out in a bunch of different ways, especially since, you know, the relationship and money aspect is really strong with this, because Venus is involved. Venus is conjunct or in the same spot as the sun in Leo at the same time as this new moon. So she's going to be opposite of the moon, okay? So the relationship and money aspect is very much at play with this. So after that we have, okay, so between the dates of the 18th and the 29th, we have the whole party that's been hanging out in Leo in your 11th house. So Mars, Venus, sorry, my cat's behind me pawing on the chair. Mars, Venus, the Sun, and Mercury are all moving from Leo in your 11th house to Virgo, your 12th house, okay? So this is really, especially if you were a Libra sun sign, this is really the kind of time where you want to take to kind of really relax. You know, this is your shadow time, right? So this is like the time where you're going to be really, really wanting to just really focusing on spirituality, really, especially with Mars here. I would definitely say to maybe do yoga would be a really great thing to start, or something in regards to like the water, you know, so starting swimming or any kind of thing like that, because you might even just kind of find yourself being drawn to that. So and with Venus here, I would definitely say be careful with overindulging on some things. Like, don't overdrink during this time, or just be careful, okay? I can't tell you what to do, but I'm just saying, just be careful of overindulging in escapist tendencies, okay? But yeah, your mind is going to be, you might actually have a hard time sleeping during this time, because you have so much of this action going on in your 12th house, and 12th house rules sleep and the dream world and all that kind of stuff. So you might also receive a lot of messages through your dreams during this time because Mercury's here, but your mind is going to be very active. So I would say if you do have a hard time sleeping, I would, you know, maybe start like a little routine of, you know, not looking at your phone like an hour before you go to bed, maybe reading or journaling or doing something like that. Maybe doing like a before bed yoga, maybe taking a bath right before bed, but doing something to really kind of quiet your mind as best as you can. There's a lot of things that you can take. Melatonin's one of them. I'm not a big fan of melatonin, but if you take it sparingly, you're not doing it all the time, melatonin is fine. The thing about melatonin is it gets you to sleep, but doesn't necessarily keep you asleep. So if you're finding that you're constantly waking up, you could take things like, oh my gosh, you guys, I used to sell this stuff all the time, so I don't know how I don't remember. Well, valerian root kind of calms you down too. There's a bunch of different things that you can take that really kind of calm everything down. So magnesium's really good. There's like a powdered magnesium you can get that's like a drink mix. Like I said, valerian root. These kind of things are good that really kind of relax you, and hopefully if you get to sleep, you'll stay asleep. So yeah, this is the time when you really kind of want to rest, recharge. You might really have the urge to just get away from everybody. Just be away, have a lot of alone time, and don't feel guilty for doing that. It is okay, you are allowed. Okay, so the last date that we have to look at is the 30th of August, and this is where we have the new moon in Virgo at 6 degrees. Now, this new moon is going to really pack a punch, okay? So this is, again, in Virgo, in your 12th house, where you go to escape, where you go to relax. This is spirituality. This is like the, the things that are hidden from the world. So that's literally physical places. So, hospitals, prisons, asylums, nursing homes, things like that. But it's also like the spirit world too, and your dream world, and your, where is I going with this? Oh, the reason why it's packing the punch. Okay, so first of all, it is conjunct Mars, okay? So Mars is going to be in the same spot as the sun and the moon. Also, it is going to be making a trine. So the trines are a harmonious aspect, okay? It's like something falls in your lap. You didn't have to work for it. It just happened, okay? However, this is going to come in as a big shock. You're going to be like, what the fuck just happened? Like, wow. Because it is making that trine over to Uranus and Taurus in your 9th house. So this really sounds like some Libras might be able to go on a vacation somewhere far away, okay? And I'm talking like overseas kind of vacation. And this might be a real sudden realization because, 9th house is, our belief systems, and 12th house is spirituality. So you might just have this sudden realization of, your belief, something in regards to your belief systems and spirituality. Now, at the same time as this new moon, it is just worth noting that we are going to have Saturn and the South Node coming. They'll be conjunct each other, so they'll be right next to each other in the same degree, 14 degrees of Capricorn. Now, the Saturn is the structures in our life. It's the restrictions in our life. It's where we have responsibilities and where we have fears, right? And the South Node is, in a nutshell, it's the things that we have to let go of. So there might be some, and this is in your 4th house of home, family, property. So, and it's also the things that make you feel safe and secure. So that all that kind of stuff is definitely, it's gone under a big overhaul, okay? So there might be some aspect of that where you don't have a responsibility here anymore in some kind of way, or you have to let go of it. But I am going to do a completely dedicated video on this new moon because there's a lot going on. And I'm going to, go sign by sign, get really deep into it for each sign, and hopefully I will have some oracle cards by then so I can pull some oracle cards for us too. But yeah, so if you're interested in that, then definitely keep an eye out. All right, Libra, I hope it's a great month. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful for you. If you did like it, please give it a thumbs up. And if you know another Libra who would be interested in seeing it, please share it with them too. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in the next one.